G'day brothers, how you going? It's been a while since I made a video. I thought I'd make one today because it's Father's Day. Not just because it's Father's Day, but because it's overdue. Gonna pan around here and just show you the paddock I'm in. My paddock, my grass, my bit of dirt. Well, not at the very back there, but as far as that driveway goes, and right around. And who would have believed that one day I'd have my own bit of land? An uneducated young man that came from a broken family who struggled to read and write and didn't really have much in the way of real anything really going from. Just a guy that actually struggled but persevered and endured, and that's what I want to talk about today. I'll sit down in the grass here, it's a nice place. I persevered and I endured, and that's what we all have to do. And I view that all of the suffering that we have in our lives, all the hardships, they're a gift. They set us on a track of learning about ourselves mentally, emotionally, spiritually and physically, and they make us stronger. Even the hardest things and the biggest losses do. I even view getting cancer and having a lot of function loss as a gift to me. It's made me more empathetic towards people. It's made me care about people more. I'm just watching my dog head down the driveway. Come on, Bruno. Bruno, come. He's down there and he's been taking himself on walks. Bruno, come. That sounds strange, doesn't it? Suffering is a gift, and that's how you should view your own suffering through your life. And I know you've suffered, we all do. It's part of our human condition, but it's not a bad thing. It takes us to where we are today. What's a bad thing? Anger's a bad thing. Having anger at the past, that's a bad thing. You've got to let that go, because you can't move forward into the future. If you take your anger with you and you're angry that things aren't today what they were yesterday, you can't move forward. And that makes you, as far as being a father goes, or a man in this world, makes you not so useful to the further generations and what lies ahead of you. You are cutting the path out for future generations. You are them tomorrow, so you have to let go anger. And hurt. Hurt's an important thing, but also you have to put it in its right place. If you have hurt with anybody, whether it's your own father or your mother or some friends, you have got to address that and talk to them and put it in its right place so you can go forward and in the future and make it a better future. This bit of dirt here, this bit of dirt which every day I walk on with my dogs, this represents me enduring hardship. This bit of dirt to me, this represents me persevering. Something I've never talked about on my channel with anybody is that I suffered chronic fatigue for 12, 13 years of my life. 12 or 13 years, chronic fatigue syndrome, also known as myalgic encephalitis. I never talk about it because I don't see myself as a victim. I don't say it to get a pat on the back, oh you poor thing, because I don't want that. But I'll just mention in this video, for 12 years, I couldn't even go for a walk or do something without being absolutely exhausted afterwards. If I biked, just on my push bike for 5 kilometers, I'd be on my back for a week. I learned a lot about suffering. I learned a lot about the hardships of not being able to do what you want to do and just having to sit. It was like being a prisoner in my own body. I still got through it, and it taught me a lot. Today I don't have it. Lots of work to get through that one. It was through poisoning from methyl ethyl ketone peroxide and xylol and a bunch of other solvents that I worked with in a place that had no safety measure put in place. LM Forester Limited was a company, and if you're listening to this, Les, that's right mate, you put me in a tin shed with a distill to distill solvents that were old paint thinners so you could resell them to panel beaters, and you never gave me any form of breathing apparatus, and I suffered, but I forgive you. I don't feel bad about it at all. I've got no anger at all to you. You were there to make money, you didn't care about me. That's your journey, not mine, and I've overcome that now. So suffering should be viewed as a tool to get to being the person you are now, and a better person. Not a bitter, cynical person, not an unhappy person, but someone who can say, hey, I made it. I've got my own piece of dirt. I've got freedom on my own bit of dirt. And this is just a symbol of my freedom and my hard work and my perseverance and my endurance. Yours might be that you've got it inside your heart, because this is only a piece of dirt, and eventually it goes back to my children and their children, and nobody ever owns dirt forever. It's just a symbol of it. I'm not a material person at all. It, to me, symbolises that through suffering and pain and hardship, I ended up still with chronic fatigue syndrome and cancer and all the other things that have knocked me down, got back up and persevered. So don't give up. Don't give up if you're emotionally struggling, if you're mentally struggling, however you're struggling, don't give up, because one day you'll have your own piece of dirt or piece of something that represents how you've overcome and you've won that battle. It's really important. It's really important. Suffering is a gift. Hurting is a gift. Don't see it as anything other than that. And don't carry anger, otherwise you can't move forward into the future. Forgive those that have persecuted you. Forgive those that have hurt you. Speak to them. And for those that you feel that something needs to be validated, contact them today, because people die and then that chance gets lost. It's really important to do that. Bloody important. Come on, Bruno. Come on, boy. I don't think he's long for this world. He's slowing down. Bruno, come. Come on, boy. He's actually taken all morning to warm up. Now he's finally starting to walk again. Have a great day. Have a great Father's Day. And that doesn't mean just if you're a father. It means if you're going to be a father in the future, or you've been a father in the past. I don't know if that makes sense. I think that it's the most noble and most important job that any man can ever do, is be a father. I'm your father, aren't I, eh? Good boy. Go, Steady. See you later.